Tuesday Drive.
Now, look, there's no doubt as human beings, many of us need to interact with each other on some level. By our very nature, we are social animals. So as we begin to, just slightly look on the other side of this COVID tunnel with just a little glimmer of hope, it's a good idea to remember that many in our community were alone, and it's charitable organisations like Meals on Wheels who provide not just a meal, but a friendly face for a client to talk to. Now, the Narrabomminary Meals on Wheels recently held a little lunch to show their appreciation of volunteers. And I'm very happy to welcome to Tuesday Drive a woman that I've actually had the pleasure of speaking to many, many years ago for another interview. It's Gwen Ross. Hello, Gwen.
Yes, I'm well, thank you, Stephen. And hello to everybody out there.
Tell me, how was the luncheon the other day that you attended?
It was really great, yes, and it was good. There must have been about 30 Meals on Wheels volunteers.
Great. What was it like to catch up with your fellow volunteers after sort of so long, maybe without seeing them?
Well, we haven't been able to see each other because us people over 70 weren't allowed to deliver anymore. I really don't know whether it was to protect us or to protect the clients, but the government just made a decision that people over 70 weren't allowed to go delivering anymore. I think that has been reversed in the last couple of weeks. But it was good to see everybody and, really just catch up and see how they were going.
Now, I believe at this luncheon that you picked up a little bit of a recognition award. What was all that about?
Well, just that I've been delivering Meals on Wheels for 50 years.
Wow.
It all just happened. I just fell into it. A friend went to Fiji and said, "Gwen, would you mind doing the Meals on Wheels for me until I come back?" So when she came back, she got a job, and there I've been doing it ever since. Quite happily, I might add. Yeah.
Is it something, when you were asked by your friend to do it, is it something that you ever thought that you would be doing 5 decades later?
No, I certainly did not. I just thought she would come back, pick up the baton, and off she would go. But as I said, she just got a job, and so I just went on. And it was just wonderful. It became my life in the finish, and I'm sorry if I babble, but I started off doing it one day a month, and then one Monday, and then it got to 4, and then because people dropped out, I was doing Wednesdays as well, and I was doing Monday and Wednesday every time for years. And sometimes if people were sick or their car broke down, I would do, one week I did 4 days, but that was fine. That was fine by me, yes.
Now, are you back delivering meals, or are you still not allowed to at this stage?
Myself, I have decided, due to my age, I'm not getting any younger, that's for sure, and the road around here at the moment, it is just so difficult to get where you have to go. I could have gone back, and I was asked to, but I said thank you, but no thank you.
So is this mean
Sadly, I might say, but that's my decision, because initially it took me 3 months to come to grips with the fact that I couldn't go delivering.
Gwen, walk me through what it was like when you were told fellow volunteers couldn't go out delivering the meals anymore. I imagine that you would have had to have at least spoken to your regular clients and told them what was about to happen.
Yes, I did. The last day I did deliveries, I said to everybody, "This is the last day you will see me," and I explained why. Everybody seemed to be shattered, but one lady in particular, she burst into tears and said, "Oh, but you've been so good to me." And I said, "Well, in what respect?" She said, "Well, you'd come in and if I wasn't here, you'd put my meals in the freezer and everything like that." And I said, "Well, it goes both ways. You respected me enough to allow me into your home."
I can't imagine what that would have been like. And as I mentioned at the start of the interview, I mean, human beings are social creatures at the very best of times. So that would not... not only would that would have been difficult for you, but that I can only imagine how difficult it would have been for a lot of other people out there, because I believe that sometimes the Meals on Wheels volunteers are the only people that they meet during the day.
Certainly, yes. There was one lady, she did say to me, "What's happening out there?" She said, "You are the only person I see of a day," and that you would like to spend more time to speak with them, but in delivering, I think at times I had about 15 deliveries to make in about, we were allowed 70 minutes, so you can't just stand and speak with everybody for 10 minutes. So it was sad for them, sad for me too, because certainly over the years I became friends with lots of them.
Absolutely. Now, you've mentioned that you've been asked to go back, but you've said no. Now, is this just temporarily, or is it permanently? No, you're not going back.
No, it's permanent that I'm not going back. Well, as I said, I'm certainly not getting any younger, and I was the oldest one when we were all told, sorry, to people over 70. I was very thankful that it wasn't just me, but otherwise I would have been most offended, but that's just me, yeah.
Well, Gwen, the fact that, after 50 years of service, the fact that you've received the recognition award, I think that's a beautiful testament to all those years of volunteering and all those hours of friendship that you've given to people over the years. So, look, on behalf of the community, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Oh, now, just before I let you go, though, Gwen, I'm very interested to know, the meals, have they really changed much over 50 years? Because I would imagine that you've got your staple roast dinner, you've got your staple, sausages and mashed potato. Have they changed much?
As far as I'm concerned, yes, they have. When I originally started, we got the meals from the hospital, would you believe?
Wow, no.
And in a stainless steel Dixie, the meat and vegetables and everything, and you had a big pot of soup that you had to ladle out when you got there, and then the hospital stopped doing that and we came over to Bomaderry. But the variety has changed, and you can have just about anything you want. People are given a list of what they prefer, but I just feel that they're very nutritious and people just get what they would like.
So basically when you started 50 years ago, was the choice a lot more limited, was it?
I feel it was. At the hospital, people weren't asked what they want. Right. They just got what they were given.
Right. So if they made a great big pot of vegetable soup, then that was the meal, or that was the soup of the day.
That was the soup of the day.
Wow, that's incredible.
Yep.
Well, yes, I can imagine you've seen some changes over the years, and I know for a fact too that you've the Meals on Wheels, of course, have got that brand new kitchen as well. So there'd be a lot of cooks down there, I dare say.
I think there is going to be, yes. And one thing COVID did was it made them send out frozen meals to everybody at that stage, and it is changing now back to having hot ones. But at that stage, people were told you either get all frozen and that was it. Because at other times, people could be delivered a hot meal as well as frozen ones. But because of COVID, they were given a week's supply all frozen.
Well, as I say, it's a wonderful service that Meals on Wheels provide. And Gwen, again, thank you so much for 50 years of service, and well done on that award.
Thank you.
Absolute pleasure. That was Gwen Ross, who's just recently picked up a special recognition for the 5 decades of volunteer work with our local Meals on Wheels in the Nowra-Bomaderry region. And of course, it's not just Gwen, there's so many that volunteer with the organisation. So they do such an exceptional job in our community. So if there's any way that you can help out the local Meals on Wheels, I'm sure they would love to hear from you. And perhaps you're somebody that's had Gwen deliver a meal to your door over the year, or maybe there's another Meals on Wheels volunteer that has always brought a little joy to your day. I'd love to hear from you today. 44221045, or you can shoot me a text on 0468441045. This is Tuesday Drive on Triple U FM.
This is Tuesday Drive.